FXs from Albitron. Thank you, Albitron, for giving me this stuff. So there's been a lot of talk about, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm going to tell you, this year is shaped up to be one of the best years I've ever seen in the market for video cards. Obviously, ATI has been dominant for the past 2 years. Really gave, I think NVIDIA getting taken down a notch or two from having the crown for so long definitely energized them internally to come back and build some really, really great products. And that is exactly what we are seeing out of NVIDIA this year. That said, ATI still has some incredible products on the market, and the competition is just so tight that it's really hard to make a wrong choice. Okay, especially you're about to see all the mainstream cards that are about to come out, the $200 level cards, the 6600. You're about to see the same thing come out from ATI, obviously not about the same name. The X600 series, and they're really good products. You can be an ATI fan, you can be an NVIDIA fan for a change, and still be on the winning end of the stick no matter how you go. Obviously, we saw how well the 6800 series did in the Doom 3 benchmarks and guides. Definitely, they have a leg up on ATI there. We might see the tide change a little bit as some of the next-gen games come out. Well, let's talk about, what do you want to talk about on video cards? Any questions?
Drivers.
What do you want to know about drivers?
Where are they going? Are they shaping up stability?
I think the last 6 NVIDIA drivers we've seen, I mean, obviously they're not public. They've been just small incremental changes. I think NVIDIA's driver right now is very, very robust, very, very stable, very, very solid. UJS, is UJS here?
He left this morning.
He left this morning? UJS with NVIDIA was asking me the other night about being able to turn off the optimizations. I know everybody's, there's always this hoopla over ATI optimizations and the filtering optimizations that go on. But things have just changed the way the drivers really work, okay? It's just not so black and white. It isn't bilinear anymore, it isn't trilinear anymore. There's 1,000 shades of gray between those two things. And I know we've been raised for the last 7 years to understand it's either one or the other. And what we really have to get through our heads is it's not one or the other anymore. And you know what? It's never going to be one or the other again, okay? Those optimizations that you see in those drivers that you see all these arguments about are going to stay there. They're not going away. Because, well, number one, they're doing a very good job at it now. Number two, that it enhances their product and it's things that they have to do to compete with each other. And number three, technology has changed. They're doing things better now. Does anybody here, how many of you here own a video card? Okay, put your hands down. How many of you own ATI? Yeah, how many of them? How many of you are going to buy a video card this year? How many have already bought a video card this year?
Yeah!
So obviously, you understand that video cards are a pretty important part of gaming and really making that experience more palatable, I guess. We really got away from the 3DFX mentality of, what frame rate's best. We changed the way we did our reviews last year and how we're really gaming centric about it and trying to figure out, we sat down and looked and went, okay, well, you get this many frame rates in this and you get this many frame rates in this, and then you say, oh, this one's better. And we really sat down and looked at it and went, what the hell is this telling us? This average frame rate stuff that you're seeing in some canned benchmark is not telling me anything about what my gaming experience is going to be. Where's Brent? Brent Justice. Stand up here. This is Brent Justice. He's our video card editor. Me and Brent sat down about a year ago and hashed out how we were really going to change the way we do things and how we're going to start looking at what exactly really impacts the gamer's experience. And if you still want to be a benchmark hound and live and die by that, man, that's great and I understand that. but we really wanted to start really looking at what really impacted your gaming experience bottom line. And so that's what we've been doing. And I know a lot of y'all come around to our way of thinking here in the last year, and I really appreciate y'all's support of that. And we're going to keep moving forward in that angle. And I think you really saw a culmination of our work in the last year come out in the Doom 3 hardware guide, and how, this is really focused on gameplay now. So. Questions? Video card questions? Absolutely. His question was, NVIDIA is really tearing it up in Doom 3, and do we have any expectations for ATI to do the same thing in Half-Life 2?